YouTube, this is Robert, Nordic Brick Prepper. We just got back in from a day hike, or evening hike I guess, and in the previous video I was reviewing the Yuko candle lantern and the battery lantern that I have, and the idea was to show you one of my day packs and some of the stuff that I carry out with me during the day if I'm not staying anywhere overnight. And the light was not good. It's about 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon. The sun is way gone. It's about 2 degrees outside, and we couldn't get enough light to really do this properly. So we'll do this indoors where it's there's better light and where it's more comfortable, I guess. Firstly, I'll talk you through what I'm wearing, I guess. You may notice on my head I've got what looks like a beanie, but actually this is a Swedish Army scarf, which can come into a beanie, which is what I'm using as right now. And I'm wearing a German Army Flecktarn jacket. It comes in 2 parts. There is the inside part, which is kind of like a fleece quilted lining, and the outside part, which is kind of like a canvas kind of material. It's not totally waterproof, but they work really good for keeping you warm. Plus they're really, really strong and rugged. And if you're in the UK or Europe, you can buy these for, I think I paid maybe 300 Swedish crown for mine, so about £30. And they're in top-notch condition. So I've actually got 2 of these, so I'm very pleased with them, and they keep me really toasty and warm. For when we went out earlier, it was only about 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, so I have like that on plus a fleece and just some Fjallraven trousers. No, I'm not wearing any kind of like long johns or anything like that. It would be way too warm for that, because it's not gone below 0 in the ambient temperature. In Sweden it's kind of a dry cold rather than a wet cold. So next is I think I'll show you the kind of things I'm carrying on me, and then we'll get down to the bag and I'll bring the camera down to the floor, and I think that'll be better, and then we can lay everything out, and then you can see what I take with me. So here we are, guys, on the floor. This is the best location I could do to film this. Our apartment isn't so big. So this is the stuff that I wear when I go out. This is my German Army jacket that I just mentioned to you. This is a good jacket. These are just some knee pads. These come in quite handy. If you fall over or you kneel on a rock or something, you're going to suffer big time. So I bought these. These are about £10, about 100 Swedish crown. I don't believe in buying anything too expensive for this. They're designed to get smashed up. They will do. But these are great addition to something that you're wearing, and you don't even hardly notice that you're wearing them. This is the Swedish Army scarf that I mentioned, and it can be used as a scarf, it can be used as a beanie, it folds in on itself. It's made of 100% wool. They're not expensive. There's quite a few around on eBay I've seen, and I would definitely recommend this. I've used this a lot. I use it even just when I go to work or something like this. I just use it as my normal scarf. So it's not really long. It's long enough that it wraps around a couple of times. So, and this is what I wear. I'll do a better review on this, or a more in-depth review, I should say, on this at some point in the future. Because I think this warrants a good review, because this is a really top quality piece of kit. I've been one of the most impressive things I've bought. I've been very happy with this. As you can see, it's the Flecktarn camo version. I like this camo. This works really good in Sweden, I've found. So not that I'm being like evading or like in the forces or anything like that, but it does blend in quite well with the environment. And if you're looking for a good camo for kind of like the boreal forest type areas, pine forest, stuff like this, Sweden has a lot of that. This is a really good camo for that. They use it obviously in Germany and Northern Europe, so this is that kind of camo, but I guess it works in other places. I've seen some YouTube videos that have shown this in the States. In some places in the States this works quite well. So now we're just going to move on to what I have in my pockets. I'm just going to push this out of the way. So the first thing I have with me, which you saw in the previous video, is just This is just a storm lighter, nothing too fancy, but I always carry one with me. This is just some antibacterial cream, some kind of like hand gel. If I pick up any mushrooms or something like that, if I go to the toilet, I usually use this because if you have any cuts or something like that, it can really, if it gets infected, then you'll be sorry. So I prefer to have these layers of protection just in case. My mindset is as a prepper, I prefer to have redundancy rather than go out with limited kit. This is just the diamond rod sharpener. In a previous video, some people have seen this. I should do a review on this at some point. And it's pretty good, I guess, but there are others around as well. So, but I always carry a sharpener with me because I like to keep my tools in good nick. And if I'm waiting for something to cook or to boil, maybe I just take this out and give my knives or something just a quick grind down just to keep them on top of their game, and then that will make my life a lot easier. This is just a small medical kit that I carry. Everything fits in the video good. So this is just a small medical kit. This is nothing too advanced. It has some plasters in here, safety pin, a little CPR respirator, some burn gel. It contains a couple of small bandages and gauze pads, as well as a couple of purification tablets for water. And plus this also Altoid style tin. I can use this to make charcloth or, to cook in things like this, although I've never really used it for that. But you can use it for that as well, so it does act as a good extra item to carry. And as you've seen in my other videos, this is my what I carry on my belt. I have my sack here, which is unrolled right now, so as you can see. Carry my knife, my flashlight, and I carry my fire starting kit with a fire steel. And I always carry this around my belt, and I always take this with me wherever I go. So I haven't done any reviews of any of the gear on this. If you want to see anything in detail, then please drop me a comment or PM me and let me know if you need to see anything, and I'll quite happily do a review or even just an overview on something. So I will say that the best way to know if you're going to like something is really to see it yourself, but reviews can be very helpful, and it's been helpful for me as well, so I hope that some of this is quite useful for you. So like I said, if you want to see anything, please let me know. So now that we've gone over this, what I carry on my person and what I'm wearing, we're going to take my day pack now and we're going to have a look through that. So this is my day pack. As you can see straight away, I have my axe on it. And my axe is strapped to the sides. This is what it is. This pack is a single strap pack. For those of you with eagle eyes, you'll know that this is a Bergen or Crusader style side pouch. And I have a German Army Bergen. I think it's 100 litres, I'm not sure, it might be 120. I'll have to put it on the video and let you know. But this is one of the side pouches. Now you can zip these side pouches straight off, and you can zip them together to make a kind of backpack. Or you can just carry it like this with just one strap, and I throw it over my shoulder. And this works as a really good day pack. I think this works at 20 litres. That's more than enough for when you go out during the day. So the first item is the axe here. So I'm going to take this off. This is a Grand Force Books forest axe. It's a small forest axe. As you can see, it's got a pretty decent sized handle. It works quite good on the short, but also it's good for chopping wood and for felling trees as well. So it works good for that, for small trees anyway. So it's got a leather pouch on it. I'll only buy a Grand Force Books or a Wetterlings axe. I refuse to buy anything else. They're all made here in Sweden, so we can get them at a really good price. The iron is absolutely top quality, so I've been very happy with this. I've used this a hell of a lot, I would definitely recommend this. Maybe you can buy these where you are, but they are very popular. So
This is what I carry for felling and for chopping up wood and things like that. I always take this with me because it's always fun to practice with your axe and get a good idea of the weight and learn with it, because the more practice you have, the better it will be, because axes are dangerous and accidents can happen. So practice, good posture and good swinging can really help you. So this pack is not organised in any kind of priority when I open it up. It's just, it's a small pack, so I just stuff it with what I need. And when I need to get something out, I just usually take most of the stuff out anyway, because it's that kind of pack. So the first thing in this pack is an emergency item. This is just a sole emergency blanket. Now if I end up being out or I lose my way and I need to do some heat reflecting and need to stay warm, I take this with me. This weighs basically nothing, and I always take this with me just in case. You never know when you need it, now, especially now as it's cold. If you lose your way and it's dark and your lights go out, maybe you wait until the next day before you try to head back home. So, and this can help keep you warm. They're very good. So, this is just a small extra knife I carry. It's not anything too fancy. It's got a pouch. This pouch is not for this, but I use it for this. This is just a Smith & Wesson flick knife, and I use this for small tasks, carving, for making feather sticks, because sometimes the larger knives are not so comfortable to use for that purpose. So yeah, that's just an extra knife I carry there. This is just a cheap water bottle. It fits onto my Sawyer, which I also carry, and basically this is just for collecting water. And it's got a carabiner on it, so I can hook it to the outside of the bag, and then I've got some extra water with me, because I don't usually carry water with me, so I usually just filter it when I'm out in the field. Now, when I'm out, I will carry, I always try to make a fire, but I always have a backup for cooking and boiling water. And when it's cold, in this case, it's this. I carry a gas canister, and I carry, this is a Primus pocket stove, and I carry this. It's got a stand here. Now, during the summer months, I may just not bother to take anything, because in the summer months it's very easy to get a fire going. In the kind of spring and the autumn, when it might be cold but not, when it might be wet but not cold, then I might take the alcohol stove, because that works quite good in those type of environments. And when it's really cold, the alcohol stoves, you have to keep the alcohol warm, and that can be an extra pain. So I take a gas stove during the winters, just in case I can't get anything going. I've never had to use the gas stove, and I've only had to use the alcohol stove maybe once or twice, because usually I can always get a fire going. But redundancy and being prepared is the most important thing for me, and that is what I take with me. Inside that there is just a pocket stove, and there's nothing else in there. It's a fairly bulky one, but it is very good. So I take some paracord. This is just an olive green paracord. You never know when you need some, so I always take some with me anyway. This is my another pouch in here. In here we have some matches. We have a Sawyer mini water filter in here with another water container, and a little chainsaw, which I just keep in there just as an extra item really. I've never had to use it. So the matches are stormproof matches, so and basically this pouch is really just for the water filter. So when I'm out, like I said, I always take the water filter with me. You never know when you need it. And inside here I just take some burn gel and some gloves, latex gloves in there, just as extra items really, for no other purpose than just to have some extra burn gel and some gloves if I need to, you know, if I'm working with something that might be poisonous, or maybe I'm working with wounds or medical care, then, you know, to have extra pair of gloves is always helpful. So that's that. As in the previous video, this is the Yuko candle lantern. I carry this now. In the previous video I had this plus the lantern in there as well, the battery lantern, but for the purpose of this video I took that out because I don't use that anymore. I am going to move to this. I think this will work really well for me. I'm hoping to try this out in some time in the future on some night out camps if I can. So yeah, this is just a candle lantern. You can see reviews of these on YouTube. I haven't done a big review of this. I've done an overview of this and the field test. But yeah, you can find videos of this on YouTube. They are quite good. So I carry a lantern with me. This is a candle one, so you don't have to worry about the batteries. So I always take this with me now. This is just a snap light. I just throw one of these into most of my packs. And I've only had to use one of these one time, and it was super dark. We were out camping. There was a couple of friends with me, and I just basically, we couldn't really see what we were doing when we went into the forest to get some more firewood, since we'd run out of firewood in the middle of the night. We didn't have any other real lights. We had some head torches and some normal torches, but we wanted to be able to put like some kind of light down and hang it off of something, and you can hang these on to like trees and branches and stuff like this. So we just snapped one of these, hooked it up into the branch. It gave off a really nice amount of ambient light that we could then use to collect some small firewood basically around our camp. So it was good. It's a prepared item. It's nice to have, and we're quite pleased that we took it. And the last item in the bag is my cook kit, which is a Swedish Army mess kit. This is pretty good. This is a very good item. This is a bulky item in comparison to some of the cook kits you can get. But this is, I've used this for years, and I love this. And a lot of people will swear by these type of style of mess kits because they offer a lot of functionality. So I keep it wrapped together with, this is an old head torch band, which I've just kind of sewn together into kind of like a strap to keep it from rattling. So this is the mess kit. This is the base of the mess kit here. You can rest the pots inside. You can use this for gas stoves, you can use it for alcohol stoves, and you can use it for making normal fires in there. This is basically the windshield and also the stand for this part. So, and this is the this is what it looks like here. It's got a handle for hanging it up. You can hang this up, and then you've got a small pot on the top for cooking in. And you can put this on top here also, so you can boil water and you can cook something at the same time. So that's that. Inside here I have, this is a folding cup, which is very helpful. It's very light. It's made of plastic, and I like to carry lightweight of these type of things. So, and I don't like to drink out of this, because if anyone's had any metal or steel or aluminium type mess cups, you know when you put something hot in there, the heat goes straight through it, and when you try to drink it, it'll burn your lips, and that sucks. So always have something plastic, I think, to drink out of, or wood. Here we have just a little tea kit, just some tea bags and some sugar, nothing else in there, just for when I'm out. Here we have my knife and fork and spoon, and there's a can opener on it as well, but the can opener is attached to the spoon, I think, so it's doesn't really matter. So yeah, this is just a millstone camping set. This is for eating. This is made of metal. I don't use anything plastic on that because I usually leave what I'm making food with, like the fork or the spoon, inside the thing that's cooking, and that might melt to the pans, and that wouldn't be good. So this does scratch, but I'm pretty careful when I'm making stuff. So carry some matches with me just as an extra backup for cooking. And this is, here's just some salt, some spice, some couple of cubes, some Bovril cubes, and some water purification tablets. And here we have the mess base, basically. So yeah, you can cook water in this, and food and things like that. So, and you can put this on top like this. And what will happen is the stuff can cook at the bottom, plus things can cook at the top. The heat will rise, and it will basically use it as a kind of, basically like a frying pan, but steam based. The heat from the bottom will basically heat up this one, and you can cook like, basically I would cook things like beans, baked beans, and stuff like that soup. You don't have to worry about the heat coming off, because I mean the heat is enough to cook something like that. So if you want to see anything in more detail, then please let me know. I hope this is helpful, and I've had a couple of people ask me about my day pack. Now this is not my only kind of day pack. It just really depends on where I'm going, what I'm doing. If I was going somewhere where there's no water, I would take water with me. And I mean, depending on where I'm going, if I'm going during the day, am I going during the night time, am I going next to a river, am I going into the middle of the forest, I have no idea. You know, basically, so I kind of take with me, this is not kind of a pre-prepared kit, this is kind of, I'll kind of prepare this a day or two before I go. But there are some items like the axe, for example, and paracord, the stuff I carry on me, maybe the extra knife, or that's the things I'll always take with me. But shelter, cooking things, that can change. So depending on where I'm going. I mean, if I take a tent with me, I probably won't take the emergency shelter. And if I'm going somewhere with no water, I probably won't take the water purification system, because that'll be useless. So plus you can, you know, purify water by boiling it as well, but this is just one of those extra things. So they're very small, and I've used this quite a lot. So I hope this was helpful, and if you liked the video, please leave a comment below, and thumbs up, and I'll hope to see you in the next video.